Well, hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Well, probably more than a year, might have been 2 or 3 years ago, I did a video about nature photography. And in that video, I said that it's a good idea to at least be somewhat of a naturalist. If you're in an area, knowing the types of plants and animals that you're going to see so that when you photograph them, you can, if you're doing stock photography, you can accurately caption them. Or if you're selling prints, you can accurately caption what you have captured. Now, back in the day, we carried actual guidebooks along with us and we could look things up. And of course, I have a background in science. I mean, I have a bachelor's degree in biology and a master's degree in molecular biology. And I went into that because at the time that was a big deal and I knew I was going to be able to get a job with that sort of training. And I did. But I've always been interested in the various different aspects of biology, zoology, botany, and ornithology, and so on. Today, things are a lot easier because you can get an app for your phone that is called iNaturalist. And put up a screenshot of that. So I have it here on my phone. And the cool thing about iNaturalist is, and they upgraded. So they have a new version. It's actually two separate versions. So if you don't have it already, or if you do have the old version, you want to upgrade to the new version. But it uses AI to identify whatever it is you point the camera at. So if you open up the camera and you got to press a little AI icon and you point it at a particular thing, here's an example. This is purple flowered raspberry. And so if you activate that and point the camera at it, and you don't even have to take a picture, it will tell you pretty accurately what it is you're pointing the camera at. It also uses your location to identify particular types of organisms. Because it narrows that down to what's in your area, you can actually turn that feature off. You can just say ignore location for whatever reason. Actually, one that I can think of that I'll get to in a minute. But it's really, really useful. Even though I'm pretty well versed in sort of being a naturalist, very frequently I find that I have to point the camera with this app on to figure out what something is. Now, what I said about it's turning off that location feature, it also works if you have an image on your screen on your computer. Let's just say you took a trip overseas to another part of the world and you've taken images with a camera and you didn't use this for everything. You get back to your home, you put the images on the computer, you have an image of something, you go, oh, geez, I forgot. What is that? You can actually point this to the image on the computer and it will tell you what that is, but you do want to turn off that location feature because if it is a plant or an animal that doesn't exist in your area, you got to tell it, well, no, I want to cover everything. I will tell you, I actually used it on another YouTuber's video. And they were out, and it's one of the channels I follow. I won't say who it was, but they came across a plant, and it was in flower. And they guessed what it was, and they were correct. But I just stopped it, took out my phone with iNaturalist turned on, and went, yep, he's right. That's what that is. So pretty cool. The other really cool thing about this is when you use iNaturalist and you upload, because once you've taken the picture, you can upload that, and that goes into a vast database. And the really neat thing about this is there are people who have discovered new species using the app. There's also people who have rediscovered species that were thought extinct by using the app. I mean, and I'm going to link in the description to a TED Talk by one of the folks behind the iNaturalist app who talks about this. So check out that link because it's pretty cool. So far, nobody's gotten close enough to point this at a putative ivory-billed woodpecker to resurrect it from extinction. My guess about that is they actually are extinct. Just as an aside, you can go on YouTube and find so many videos of people who put up video of a woodpecker, a large woodpecker. It's an ivory-billed woodpecker. Now here in the United States, we have another large woodpecker, not quite as big as the ivory-billed, the pileated woodpecker, which is rather common and can be mistaken for the ivory-billed. But there's some very big differences. The ivory-billed has a lot more white on the top of their wings than the pileated does. And the ivory-billed had a ivory-colored bill, kind of off-white, and the pileated has a dark bill. So I always laugh when I see these videos. It's an ivory-billed woodpecker, especially when the video is taken in a place where there never were ivory-billed woodpeckers. It'd be nice if we could find them, but I'm very pessimistic about that. Anyway, to wrap things up, it's a free app. It's available in the App Store or Google Play. It's really useful. I find myself using this app almost every day. And it's not even when I'm going out and doing photography. I may be just someplace taking a walk and go, oh, that's cool. What is that? And boom, you have the answer. So that's it for today. If this was useful to you, please hit that like button. Any questions, comments, please leave them down below. Get to those as soon as I can. I'm Todd Banner. I will see you next time.